While we understand everyone is hurting by the current rise in gas prices, the government must focus on the most vulnerable. This point was made by Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark.
Governments, when they intervene in times of crisis using taxpayer funds, the government, for a caring society, for us to have a caring and progressive society, you want to make sure that that intervention is targeted to those who need it most. And that's not to say that you don't have a need or I don't have a need, but we have to recognize that there are hundreds of thousands of people, not 10,000, hundreds of thousands, several hundred thousand, who need it more than you. So I hear you that you're hurting, and I understand, okay? All we're trying to do is to, target the 500,000 households that might be hurting a little bit more than you.
He explained why taxi operators were targeted for the gas allowances and the newly announced JPS copay plan.
The persons who take public transportation are probably 3 times as many as the persons who are fortunate enough to have a car. And those persons who take public transportation are at the mercy of operators who feel they need to increase prices. Right. So we're intervening using a philosophy and a model that we want to prioritize
the most vulnerable.
The most vulnerable, of which we're talking several hundred thousand, right? If you took 500,000 people in who would benefit from the JPS copay, and each household has 3 to 4 persons, you're talking about you're talking about 1.5 to 2 million people.
Dr. Clark was speaking on the weekly news and current affairs show PBCJ Presents, which airs Fridays at 5:30 p.m. and on all our social media channels.